Good afternoon. We are back. It's 2025, and we are back with more Slay the Princess. We're going to start here in just a minute. If you haven't tuned into a stream before, I actually did a full run of the game. We got to the full quote unquote ending. I went through, I think it's 5 stages with the princess, and we got 5 different vessels, and then we ended the game. And now I have seen that there are several more vessels that we didn't see throughout the initial playthrough, so I'm going full completionist, and I'm going to try to get every vessel in the game. So we're going to see how far we get today. I do not anticipate that we're going to get through very many of them, but at least we can get through, I don't know, maybe another full run. We'll see how we're doing on time. So yeah, we're going to get started. All right, so right now I have pulled up, this is everything that we completed in the last time. So actually, I got more than I thought I did. So we got up to 7 vessels the last time. Okay, so we went through, we have all the endings and beginnings. Actually, let me make sure. No, we don't. Okay, we've unlocked almost everything, but we still have a couple. Find the tower, find the witch. Ooh. Okay, so we still have several that we haven't, and we got the good ending last time. That's what we ended the stream on, is I did the good thing and was a good little goblin and just waited to die in the end of the world. So, and let's go back to see what... Okay, so we've gotten all but one of these spaces between. Damn, both of you to an incomplete existence. Okay, interesting. And then end of everything, we've still got a lot to do here. Finish the game, finish the game. Find your freedom as gods forever. Okay, that's the path that we almost took, because I was so tempted. I didn't want to kill her, and then I clicked it and immediately regretted it. So maybe that's the path that we won't take this time. Find your freedom as gods. Go back to where it all started. The end is never the end is never the end. So that's what we did last time, is I went back to the beginning and killed her. Fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Yeah, so that was the ending that we ended up with. I'm gonna have to adjust the volume on this real quick. Oop, that's controls. Whoops. Preferences. There we go. Okay. Memories going through. Okay, so last time, okay. The first stream, we started with the adversary, but didn't end up unlocking anything in that because I turned around and left and the world ended. And then we have the Spectre. We got pretty far in that. A couple that we can unlock there. The Nightmare, which is the scariest one in my opinion. I hated that one. I don't like dolls. That's a thing with me. I'm irrationally afraid of porcelain dolls. And then we had the Razor. We also got a couple different views of her, and she was terrifying. And then the Prisoner. That was from the first stream where we locked ourselves in. And she's locked up. Okay, so there are some that we haven't unlocked here. Oh, that's the one I just clicked on. The Damsel. Okay. And then that was the one, this is the one that we got all of them. So I don't know what I did right on this one that I got all of them, but Moment of Clarity was also terrifying because we got more of that porcelain doll looking thing, but somehow we managed to unlock everything. I don't know what I did differently that let me unlock everything, but that's what we're going to try for the rest of these that we have not unlocked at all or unlocked everything. And I am going to struggle to keep straight what I have and have not done. So we're going to get into it. Maybe. Load game. Okay. So this is where we were at the end of the first stream. This is how we ended the last one. Okay. Okay. So then I guess we're doing new game. Yep.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
New information here. I think for this one, turn around and leave. I want to see what the stranger is.
Do you even know where you're going?
Yep.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation.
So we did this one the second chapter for the adversary. And the world ended. So I haven't tried this for the first chapter of anything yet.
Annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Promise? I don't care. I'm not killing the princess. Good, maybe everyone should. That's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill somebody. Yeah, that's valid. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this, yep.
When
Good.
I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess.
Maybe.
And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Nope.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Damn straight.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much
Ooh,
everyone
the music
who's
stopped.
ever lived, as
That's
well as
creepy.
For everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start
Too many
to realize
cabins.
that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Damn straight.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
I win. Okay, so this is one that we have not gotten before, because that is not what happened when I did this in chapter 2.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us
Gaslight,
have been here.
gatekeep, girl boss.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object.
I liked this dude the last time.
To ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world
This background is different, and I'm perplexed.
To slay her with that attitude, stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yep.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will
do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
I really like this voice.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yup. That's why I like him.
Keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong.
It's weird.
A confusing patchwork of many cabin
Cool.
interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
That's really cool. I like how it shifts.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Like the way this dude thinks.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
I mean, apparently a couple, considering that we've been here several times already.
You can't just say that, when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get...
Before we continue, I'm turning the sound volume down a little bit. I don't know how my sound settings got all jacked up because I had it turned down the last time that we played, although this game did update. So I don't actually know enough about video games to say with authority if that would have jacked up my audio settings. Okay, if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together, man.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Say anything. You didn't say anything about the mirror. Let's see what they have to say about that.
Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's
Sure, bestie.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Okay, I'm debating if I take the blade or just go. Because I kind of want to see what happens if I just go. I can always drop it.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and... Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb
True.
at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Never. Hold the blade the other way.
Hold the blade.
Oh, my little thing changed. Oh, I love it. That's how you should be holding it.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna throw the blade. Oh, it broke all the windows.
Throw the blade
I love
out
it.
the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
You know, he's so right.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero. The door to the basement creaks open.
Alice in Wonderland type jazz.
Arching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? The fate of the world hinges on your success?
No, not that.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
This is my favorite voice. Okay, take the harsh stairs to the left, take the center staircase, take the soft stairs to the right, harsh stairs to the left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Ooh.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Yes.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. We're gonna go with this one.
What, like you need me to hold your hand to tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay, there's more of you now. What's your name? For all I know, you're locked up. Okay, so same thing that we had. Okay. I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything. Leave her in the basement. Regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window. Yeah. Okay, there's more of you now.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
Free friends.
I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now.
Well, I can't. I threw the knife out the window. Don't regret it.
Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her.
Let's test that theory.
It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope.
Oh.
Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
Well, maybe only 5.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Okay, if I let you out, what are you gonna do? Okay, so these are all the same option. Hold on, we're gonna ask that and then we'll do the last one.
It really matters, does it? I just want to live my life. I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I fully intend to do all of it, because that's the only thing I can do.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room is your perception multiplying as a stick in a kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. Find a blade suddenly in your hands. Once you use it to strike her bindings as you remain upstairs to slay her and leave her to capture her. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. For this, we can't. Do you not have anything?
Ooh, she's horrifying.
You could use a good bit. No,
Once again.
Because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
You know, I relate to the contrarian on a deep emotional level.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Ew.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Okay, it's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No, you just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. It's going to be okay. It's twisty. Illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. You don't know if she had a chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? What are we supposed to do now? You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Silence as you reach for it. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Right here.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. So, do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope, as I witness you.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the
How
world?
can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Okay, I've been curious about these the last time, but I kind of wanted to go through like a full run just to see where the story ended.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Now we know.
Thing as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
What will you do if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished,
Okay, and last time I did this,
hollow.
I said, let me think about it, and it didn't crash my game, but it exited me out of the game, and it scared the crap out of me because I thought my computer was bugging. So we know not to do that this time.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Everything, until we meet again.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when. Okay.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Going back, wait, okay, so that's what I picked last time, and it semi-crashed my game.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to...
Okay. You consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up.
I appreciate the mental exercise we are running up against the...
I don't know how much of these affect what out, like I'm trying to figure out what choices in the game are what change the endings, because I've been through every single one of the dialogue options with the narrator.
The princess is locked up because she's...
Okay, at the end of the world, what are you talking about? Killing a princess is bad. Can't somebody else do this? Do I get a reward? Sweet, I've always wanted to hop a monarch. Viva la revolution! Oh, I don't know why that makes me giggle. It's just the very different reactions between, like, I'm going to question everything and, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Okay, killing a princess seems bad.
monarchist. Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
She will cheat. She will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Don't believe a word she says.
Yep, I know.
She's a prince.
Proceed to the cabin. Yeah, I'm going to be heavily using the skip because I don't know what I've seen and what I haven't seen. Okay. Do I take the blade or enter the basement. We're gonna take it because we're gonna try to go for adversary again. That way I can actually see some of the endings for that.
Slay the princess and
Yup. Enter the basement. I think the way that we got adversary last time is I started off talking to her and then backstabbed. If I remember correctly. I don't remember. It's been several weeks. Yep.
Voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one.
Just checking on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around.
She's so
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Or something. What? No way. Why would you even think that? I am holding a knife. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of.
Yeah, drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Go.
Against
There
your
we go.
better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face
I feel like I skipped something
unarmed.
on accident because my game lagged.
We'll be fine.
Oops.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, pretty awkward. How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Nope. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I still have a few more questions before I decide what to do. Actually, I've changed my mind. I don't trust you. I'll see what I can do.
Fine. What do you want to know?
What's your name? How long have you been down here?
Long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
This is a love story. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
I have not.
Why you're here.
I think it was at this point. I'm going to keep you locked in here forever. What did that get me last time? I don't remember. I don't remember what happens if you lock her. Well, let's slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Dress is so pretty.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
I really don't think we can. Ooh, okay. Finish the job, flee and lock her in the basement. I don't know. I'm curious to come back and figure it out.
Both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there?
Not bouncing.
Do our friend in herself. Internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill.
Yes, this was the first ending for chapter 1 that I got then.
Thought you would.
So this time we're not going to turn around and not come back.
Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The adversary. Okay, so this time we're not turning around and running off. We are going to go to the cabin.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yep.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you?
So those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her.
And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Multiple timelines!
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
It doesn't matter, because we did slay her.
Nothing else matters.
Like, nothing matters. I like word association games.
Confrontation with the princess awaits.
Talked about this princess. We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? Yep.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place? You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
People locked... Okay, we've heard those answers before.
The whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning.
Before you go any further. I need to stop repeating the game along with the game.
She will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
I don't think that's true because she bludgeoned you to death the last time. Just a theory. A game theory.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. We clear?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
The cabin is tighter
Ooh,
than its exterior
it's different.
would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, on this one, I think I'm ignoring the mirror because we know that it doesn't exist. It's just gonna disappear. Take the blade, enter the basement.
From the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused.
Okay, but you wouldn't you want the bloodlust? Because
You're
you,
here to slay the
yeah,
princess.
you want us to slay the princess. Okay.
As you descend
Ooh,
the final
tiefling
step,
princess.
The form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes! I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Promise. I hope you heard all of that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different from last time, but last time definitely happened. You look different, so you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have things to unpack first, like how we're still both alive. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet, slay the princess. I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Turn around and leave. Oh, I'm invalid.
Okay,
Let's say for a moment I believe you.
I think this is my favorite iteration of the princess.
For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time. Are you okay?
No, I do not think he is.
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Different, so you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right.
Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
You look exactly the same.
I feel like that's not okay. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight. Yep.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I kind of want to leave, but I don't think that that's going to get me very far. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
Haven't decided? We talked more than enough last time. Do you really have anything else to say? Or are you just stalling because you're scared I'm going to kill you? If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
That sounds like a good idea. I have no complaints. They're closer.
Blade held tight in your hand. You take a cautious step towards the princess. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you
Ooh,
want?
the teeth.
Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Why do you want us to kill each other? I mean, you don't die. You just keep doing it. Can't we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get what we want. Nobody has to die and the world doesn't have to end. If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you won't end the world? Don't you want to be free? What happened after you died? We have to figure out why we're here. You were put down here. Okay, wait. What happened after you died?
I woke up, didn't you?
Don't have any wounds. The basement looks different. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's so cramped. Like the only way out of here is through each other.
Kinky. Okay, or we can knock single file out of here. Oh, I like that. That's funny. You're different, isn't it? Okay.
I care, okay? I guess I just care differently than you. When I saw you come back down here, I thought you would understand. I thought that we would want the same thing. But all you've done is ask me annoying little questions.
I'm
You
sorry.
don't even want to enjoy being alive.
I wish you could hear me right now. I want to enjoy being alive. I want to fight.
Okay. Or we could just walk single file. That keeps making me laugh. That's such a dumb comeback. You're different.
I know. You already told me.
Okay.
That's right, not everything has to be so violent.
Oh, she looks like she's gonna tear my limbs off.
That's pathetic. I would never do that, and I hate that you even suggested it.
Yeah, I figured. I'm sorry. You don't have any
You
wounds.
don't either.
Okay, why do you want us to kill each other? Yeah.
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real.
What's real is when my flesh splits open. What's real is when you keep getting up until your legs can't hold you. What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying.
That is the only thing I'm interested in.
The lady knows what she wants. I really can't argue with that. Don't you want to be free? We have to figure out why we're here. You were put down here for a reason. I was sent to kill you for a reason. Yeah.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count.
We're gonna die. We're totally gonna die.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Because we went down in one hit.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win.
Okay, but we're just gonna do it again, so might as well have fun.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through. Don't
Oh, hi, person in the chat. Hello.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Okay, bait and opening and outmaneuver her. Strike at her heart. Yeah, we're gonna do
push
that.
yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. Do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Is that a Cards Against Humanity card? Is that the reference I'm thinking of where it's like fighting is foreplay?
You think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes,
I'm so sorry.
pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark.
And you die. Does that mean I get another chapter of the Scary Demon Lady? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I think that's the goal, is I need to die in every chapter, that way I can get more endings.
So damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive.
Are you suggesting luring her into the woods?
Ooh,
Do you have any idea
into the
how
woods.
dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over.
No, I think this is a really good idea. I think we should go through with this.
Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint, what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
Doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long.
New voice, he's useful. Yeah, I liked him the last time. I think he popped up in the last run It was whenever I completed the... Oh, what was the one that I finished? I don't remember. He was cool.
It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason.
Have I saved the game? No, I haven't saved yet. We're just going to keep going until I decide that we've done enough. At that point, I save.
We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
Valid. Okay, we haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence is poured out into the world. What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through. Silently proceed. I'm done with this. Turn around and run.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too?
How many have I done? So I did 7 and completed like a full story arc, and right now I'm going back through to try to get all the endings that I can get. Last chapter I ran through, I can't remember the actual correct name for it, but it's the one where it's all of the timelines converging out. The Stranger, that's what it is, The Stranger. And this one started as The Adversary, so we shall see where this is going, because I have not seen this one before.
Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
What if I don't agree with the plan? Okay.
You're the chooser. The best we can do is advise. But we can help if you let us. These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them drag you and the world to ruin. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
No last advice for us? No.
This is freaky looking.
Warning?
What I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis.
Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
What have we got left? I haven't checked since I started. I know we started with 7. We are now, I've got 9 of the vessels, and I don't remember, I should have counted before I started. I don't remember how many there are in total. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
There's nowhere for, that's true. I don't know. There's never been a mirror in front of the door.
There's the iron altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There isn't a door.
There is. Circles, all of it circles. There's something for us at the end of the room. The what and the why don't matter until we know them.
I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. Worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
You take the blade from the altar. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you?
Always.
The door's right there. It's right in front of you.
It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
I don't think that's correct. If you want to fight, how about you come and get one? That's a good idea. I know you can get out of there on your own. Are you sure? Words. Are you sure you still want to fight?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her.
Correct.
There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Continue to the basement.
You know where to go but down. You start the difficult journey.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get her out of here.
Yourself foot by
I'm going to
foot.
die before she'll chase me out.
But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow
I love her.
The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh. Break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I really don't like the sound of this.
It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're going to do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do.
I don't think that's possible.
Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Talk a bit first. We can always fight when we're done. I have questions. I want to know what happened after you killed me. Not down here. If you want me, you'll have to come get me. If you want a good fight, you really want to see me at my best, we need somewhere with more space. Why don't you want to be free? Why do you insist on fighting me to the death down here in the dark? I'm not fighting you.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
Yup.
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Bend and snap.
Run. Without hesitation, you turn and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you
Oh, that's horrifying. I love her.
at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
Oh.
You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
Do it!
Oh, you've been thinking about me?
Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real. The only thing that's real is bloodshed.
She charges, fully determined to end you in a single move. Left, now! As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned.
We're actually gonna pull this off, aren't we?
Jinx me now.
You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of throws, each of you wielding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. More! Keep going! We can't stop now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us!
I think it's about to be something.
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap.
Oh.
It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
You do not have a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Death. Real death.
Screw that! This can't be the end, it just can't!
Silence as you reach for it. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. There is no cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not, the vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
This is all done. Do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and it feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she lost. will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay, from here, I don't have a plan of where to go.
And in the basement of that cabin,
Somebody else do this.
you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish
Maybe
I did.
this one will go in no knife.
I'm talking about the end. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a ignore him.
Proceed to the cabin. He didn't give the warning, or did I skip the warning? I don't know. I skipped through most of the dialogue in chapter 1 just because I've
Cabin is almost entirely
been through it so many
bare.
times.
Air is stale and must blade.
Okay, no knife. See what happens.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
I think we've had her before.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Glancing at my achievements real quick just to see what I've gotten and what I'm missing. Okay. Because I did the one where it's like romantic and she's like a classic princess. I have done that one before. Romantic haze. Love will set you free. Okay. So, I'm gonna see if there's another path on this one.
It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
What happens if I still... Can I kill her without the knife? Just checking on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
What's your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? That's a good question.
Let's see what that has to do with anything.
This
Rats.
is the only time this is ever going to happen. But I agree with the princess.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
That's been my question this whole time. She's been down here for how long? Okay.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You keep saying that. That does not inspire confidence.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Nope.
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Okay, I read those two. I won't kill you, but I can't set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Ooh, we haven't done that one at all. I have left her in the basement, but not this version of the princess. Do this one just to see what happens.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
You'll regret this.
Oh,
I promise you. But go ahead. Run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
terrifying.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago.
Oh, where'd she go?
It's cooling
She
flesh
chewed off her
still
arm
changed
again.
and she is nowhere to be seen.
She's in the walls.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Yes, it did, actually. That's unnerving. Hello?
Oh, you cow!
No, I don't.
She's gonna eat me.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
I don't want to come closer.
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to it?
She won't.
She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You can finish
No,
this
she's
right
got
here.
teeth, and she can also rip my limbs off. Look.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Okay, we're gonna see if this is different from the other one where she broke
She
out.
has an awful wound, and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me
Okay, last time I didn't. I think maybe this time I will.
hold for very long anyways? It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it isn't.
Okay, threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. You know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin.
Okay, so I have been here before. That's my bad.
Is ajar.
But I think that there are a couple things from this ending that I didn't get the last time.
Out of the way.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor.
Ooh, I'm gonna get to meet the Paranoid again. I think the Paranoid is, I think, my favorite. Hunted is pretty cool, and Contrarian is also really cool.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark.
And you die. The nightmare. Okay, yep. We've done the nightmare before, but I don't think that we completed the nightmare.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay. I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
Shh. What if he hears us?
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. And your solution is to send us back in there. Obviously, I want you to slay her. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point? What do you mean? Speak for yourself.
Okay, yep. We're skipping this. I've played through this before. You can catch it in the last stream where we did the beginning of the nightmare. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. I don't think lying and cheating, it doesn't matter. Don't.
Trust anyone.
interior of the cabin is
No
plain.
knife.
The smooth wood of the
Maybe,
walls
if it'll let me.
almost featureless. The blade. It's just she's already going so deep.
Say anything about the mirror? This whole cabin is different. Approach the mirror, take the blade. Enter the basement. No blade.
I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favours.
It might.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series
Eyes.
of isolated steps.
I like the
suspended
eyes.
in darkness.
They're creepy.
What eyes, too? You never mention the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh light. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. Still, slaying her would be easier if you had a weapon.
Nope.
Should we go back for it? Can we even go back for it? You briefly turn back. Where once there was an entrance to the cabin, now there are only more stairs. I guess the only way out of this place is through it. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between
Eyeballs.
two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the base. She could be anywhere, and there's
I
nowhere for us
believe.
to hide.
I don't remember what I was gonna say. I believe last time we went X direction. I don't remember what time. What direction I went last
I'm
time.
not going to comment on how weird this place is. No, I'm not.
I'm going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Do nothing.
Decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are. I told
Yeah,
you
she's the one I don't. She looks like a doll and I don't like it, and she scares me.
Your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think.
What did you do?
Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
This is why the paranoid is my favorite. He's great.
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
Really don't like looking at her.
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Terrifying.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen.
That isn't my fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you? Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Why won't you finish? Okay, she just explained why she won't finish me off. If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. If I let you out, what then? You're a lunatic, you know that. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down thing? Yeah.
I'm what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Okay.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Your force of will, bestie.
You were afraid as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
Okay. What if I refuse to let you out? What happens?
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
What? No!
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you could just wrest control over this? This body's barely functioning as it
Love the voice of the paranoid.
is. It will end if we fail to stop her. Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Nerves, heart, lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Hell yeah, I am.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it. But we don't. We've already made our choice. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it? At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing there.
Ooh.
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction.
Didn't like
watching
that.
you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now. Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No. You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I? Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you.
Yeah.
It vanishes into the inky black of the basement.
never to be seen again. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do. The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone. Heart, lungs.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Is that a... This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
The voices feel small, distant, as you approach. As you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
It can't be a contradiction.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward. Except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. This one is filled with sadness, a doll abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Oh.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and
Okay, I think that's where we're gonna save. There, and then let's look at memories real quick, see what we've got. Okay, so we do have a couple more now. Eye of the Needle. Okay, so we had a couple that we didn't get through here, but we at least did get some. The Adversary. Oh, the Adversary there. Okay, so that's a different one. Oh, that's a very different one. Okay. Eye of the Needle. So these are all offshoots of these. Gotcha. The Stranger we did not have before. We have 2 endings not unlocked there. And then, what was where's the Nightmare? There's the Nightmare. Dang, I don't know how we're missing scenes with a Nightmare still. Get shoved into the bottomless pit. Okay. Slay your only exit. Cool. Alright. We only have one more there. Gotcha. And on that note, I think that we are going to... I think we're going to end it there. We did... Was it 3 or 4? I've lost track. But we will continue the search for the ending, all of the endings, next time. So we're going to go ahead and go to my end screen. So yeah, thank you for coming along and watching and playing with me. I'm gonna keep playing this until I finish it. I've already decided that I'm going full completionist mode, and that is how we're doing this. So yeah, there will be more Slay the Princess. I may also sprinkle in some other games because I have a couple of new ones to try out. I just bought the redo of Epic Mickey that I'm really excited to try, so that may be coming soon, or we may just play even more Slay the Princess. I haven't decided yet. So be on the lookout for that. I believe, barring complication, Pertuzit and Levi are playing Umineko tomorrow. I know they're getting close to the end of that. They've only got a couple more episodes of that left. It is January, so the podcast will be taking a brief hiatus until February, but don't worry, you will still have some more cool gaming content to come back to, and you can always go back and re-listen to the podcast episodes. So yeah, go watch another live stream, go watch a podcast episode, or just, I don't know, go about the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys later.